think ads should be gone, so I'm allowing myself to start the game. But yeah, DBD dailies, they went okay. I just tried to manage like some of the 2v8 quests, and I managed to get a total of 5 unhooks, which is, no, 7 unhooks, which is about the same as yesterday, which means I need 6 more to finish my quest, which is pretty decent, I would say, all things considered, because the killers were tunneling really awfully, like really awfully. Which really sucked, because I know they need devs, but like, please, you can play differently, nicer. At least nicer for the survivors, but yeah, still, like, got the dailies done, got a couple levels, got the first fox icon thing that I wanted of, like, the 2 that are in the group, so decent, no, but yeah, could have been better. Either way, so welcome to Sherlock Holmes versus Arsène Lupin, or Sherlock Holmes Nemesis. Yesterday, we wanted to prevent Lupin from stealing something from Buckingham Palace, which we kind of didn't manage. He stole a kiss from the Queen, which I guess was one of his goals. I don't know if the other one was like to get a key from her or something else to like get the crown jewels, because his next goal clearly is the crown jewels, considering he left us a steel cage behind, and they say that the crown jewels are in a steel cage. So his riddle leads the others to Big Ben, where he probably will appear at some point. But Holmes figured out, yeah, we're gonna protect the crown jewels. So we are now back in the Tower of London, trying to stop him from achieving his goals. Yes, enjoy your lurk. Hopefully you can
Here, we are in place.
find something to do,
Inspector,
things like that.
have you checked the plan?
Affirmative, Prime Minister. Half of Scotland Yard is in the building. The other half is spread out over the vicinity with mobile patrols. No one can pass unseen.
Perfect, gentlemen. There's nothing else
So
to
yeah,
do
this one
but
we
wait.
already heard,
This will be
but
our revenge.
The marriage
know.
belongs to you, dear doctor. You will have the honor of bringing the news of our triumph to Her Majesty.
Thank you. But we cannot
news of
forget
triumph,
Holmes.
yeah.
By the by, where is he?
He preferred to remain at Baker Street. I think he is
No.
somewhat vexed that I was able to resolve the affair without him.
No, he
Be
has his own
mollycoddling,
solution to the riddle.
Holmes.
Too bad for him. He'll learn of Lupin's capture through the papers.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure, no. We are currently at the
If I'm mistaken,
tower,
I would be the
so...
only one to know. However, if I am correct, Lupin has very little lead on me and will remain unaware of my presence here.
Well, then let's see what we can... Oh, that's not good.
He's alive and doesn't seem hurt. This man was certainly put to sleep by a strong sedative. There is no longer any doubt. Lupin is here, and there's no question what he has come to steal. What is his plan? I must find Chief Warder Smith and inform him as soon as possible.
If he hasn't been taken out
The name
already.
Schick is inscribed on his uniform, and to judge by his glossy moustache, he takes good care of himself.
Chic. Chic means, nice looking. Usually used for
This
dresses
sidearm
and
was
things like that.
submerged in water and is unusable.
It's kind of hilarious. Okay, I thought that was something, but I guess the bag... Okay,
Some
now we can...
cartridges are intact.
That's good. So I guess the next place we can go to is up there, which is the weapons room. So let's run there. Hopefully, since this is the last bit of Lupin, hopefully we can catch him and get things back.
Closed.
Hmm. Okay.
Lupin must have installed this rope in order to take the maximum number of objects out of the Tower of London without having to transport them. Think, if I want to catch Lupin and be assured that he hasn't been able to remove the jewels before that time, I must prevent him from using this rope without him noticing.
We cannot go up here? No. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. There's nothing else really on this side. All of these should be completely locked and inaccessible anyways. So we have to probably get into the tower. But yeah, this is technically the last vest after we uncovered the doors in the Buckingham Palace to stop him, so...
Closed.
That's a bit unfortunate. That guy's knocked out.
How are you, Warder?
Hickman.
Are you injured?
No, but I have a headache. I feel sleepy.
Well...
Wake up. Where's Chief Warder Smith?
He left with the doctor into the storeroom.
With the doctor, huh? Well...
Wake up. Where's
Nope.
Chief Warder?
I clicked the wrong thing. It's really hard to aim
Bide your time
sometimes
till
with
I
this. Okay, well... The storeroom, huh? Is there anybody else in here or anything
Certainly
we can
a gift
use?
for a child.
Roller skates.
This uniform seems to be made for a child. This man must be of a small stature.
Dearest Karen Sarah, I promised to write you during my first week hosted to the Tower of London, so I'm writing you as promised. The week that just passed seemed as quick as lightning. I had to learn by heart the whole horde of coded phrases as well as the names of the important folk around the tower. Why is my voice so scratchy? That's annoying. Also seen some incredible rooms in some of the buildings. To tell you that they were all for I couldn't, so much of them I've seen. The food is well and the cook deserves a blue ribbon. I'm on night guard duty with some of the others. We have a guard time on our rounds, grand time on our rounds. My hours are the same as... So, the only Scotsman in the barracks. Law, the only Scotsman in the barracks. We can hardly understand a word he says. It makes us laugh so. In the cloakroom, we've met a couple of lads, March and Ludlow, who are inseparable. And if you see one, the other will not be far away. Ludlow is gentle as a lamb. He's always being bamboozled by the other lads, ending up in the worst shifts or doing the worst duties in the worst places. March tries to defend him as much as he can, but Ludlow always says it's not a problem and he puts up with it. I share my room with a warder by the name of Jones. An old fellow, from being short he is. I wonder how he... An old fellow for being short he is? I wonder how he passes all the tests to be here. But his hours are completely different from mine and we rarely see each other. Also come across this Viking in the cloakroom. A rather robust fellow with a Nordic name whose locker is across from mine. Haven't spoken with him much as Sergeant O'Shea doesn't like gossips. My next leave pass we could take an air flight, sending along a handbill that praises the beauty of London as seen from the sky. I await your news, your cousin Robert Moore.
2 hot air balloons in solidarity. The inertia of such a ship necessitates particularly precise and stable flight conditions. This lamp has a funny shape. I am taking it.
Whatever his
Certainly a
reason
gift for a
is.
child.
Roller skates.
This may prove to be useful.
We got a key. I'm just taking everything I can, like I'm
This
not
bed
really
is
worried.
dusty and must not have been occupied for quite some time.
Like, you know, anything we can use to stop Looper. Considering they mentioned the storage room. Assume that's where we need to go. I wonder if the closed can be... Guard station for the rotation for the non-flower, more much, Lotto, Bell, Willoughby, Beast, Styles, Hickman, Johnson Jones, Summersby, O'Shea, Kirkpatrick, Schick, Mortens, Lind. Ours are the same as Law. The room I met a couple of lads much later were inseparable. Okay, I'm gonna need to do that. Sergeant, I'm leaving this to ours if you wouldn't want to change lockers with me. You're aware that Summerby and I are not getting along anymore, so we tend to cross paths doing the changing of guards. And as he's only 2 lockers over from me, he never stops provoking me, and I'm worried that it may end badly one day. I'll also be next to Belle, whom you said last week you wanted to keep a close eye on. Sergeant, huh? Warder by the name of Jones. Sergeant O'Shea, I think this is. So,
This door is solid, the lock is rather ancient, and each locker has a different lock. If I want to open...
how can I go back to the... how can I go back to the locker thing? Like, do I have to re-enter or something? No.
It must
Okay.
be the guard's cloakroom. There is a stool here, possibly for helping the owner of this locker to reach the high paths. It's typical Scottish material. There is a kilt inside this locker.
So this is the sergeant, not
This
the
door
other
is
one?
solid, the lock is rather ancient, and each locker has a different lock. If I want to open one in particular, the chance of finding a key within a reasonable amount of time is almost null. I will have to use force.
Meanwhile... he's not coming.
Ahem.
Mm,
Lupin is
I
certainly
always think
making us
that's
wait.
quite funny.
It's already been 4 hours that...
That being said, I
Enough
just
displaying,
realized
enough,
my
I know.
character isn't moving. Ah, shit, I did a mistake. Hold on. Nope, it's gone. Ah! At least it's just the game that crashed this time and not my PC. Oh, I'm stupid. I have to do that again, that's okay. Hopefully? Okay. Oh my goodness, it didn't crash my PC, I'm so happy. But yeah, sorry, I will have to redo that. Because I need to fix my character. Why are you not moving? The program is open. And it's moving in the program. Let me oh, there we go. I recalibrated. I must have not registered anything. Okay, well, let's do things again. Which again, a bit annoying, but we can skip this.
Here,
This
the
thank you.
but to
If I'm mistaken, I'll be the only one to know. He's alive and doesn't seem hurt. There is no longer any doubt. Lupin is... There, some cartridges. The name Schick is inscribed on his uniform, and to judge by his glossy moustache, he takes good care of himself. This sidearm was submerged in water and is unusable.
But you know that's blocked, so let's go to see the rope, and then let's collect the stuff at the barracks back, which, oops. Teeny bit annoying that that happened, but my fault. Either way, I'm just gonna gloss through this, so...
Wake up. Where's Chief Ward? I must leave. Bide your...
Two hot air balloons. This may prove to be useful. This lamp has a funny shape. This uniform seems to be made for a child.
No, whatever. I don't think there was anything else. No. Okay. As we can see, this is the map thing. So the stool is from the smaller guy, I assume. I moved drones. Okay, so Jones is being short, so this is his locker. This must be O'Shea. Is there anything else about the lockers? We have this. I don't want to change lockers with me. Summerby and I are not getting along.
It must be the guard's cloakroom.
Yeah, no shit. Sure. Okay. There's one with green paint. Yeah, whatever. We know we can skip this. They're waiting. Blah blah blah.
Watch out! You
So, yeah, what's happening there that I skipped last time is what we saw actually yesterday already. So nothing too interesting either way. Cannot do much more here right now because we're lacking information.
Closed.
The room's closed. Can we go into the cook's quarters? Yes.
This may prove to be useful.
A towel thing.
I'm taking whatever might be useful. The time is pressing and Lupin isn't far. This may prove to be useful. I'm taking whatever might be useful.
Yeah, whatever.
This warder is asleep. The name embroidered on his uniform indicates that he is Kirkpatrick. There is something here.
Green
There
paint?
seems to be a little bit of green.
Okay, Kirkpatrick is the one with the green paint. Well, Law is the only Scotsman in the barracks. So... Law, not O'Sheen. So O'Sheen makes sense, because O'Sheen is, I thought, the sergeant that they mentioned. Because my hours are the same as Law, the only Scotsman in the barracks. Margin that though, or it's separately. Don't know. Completely different. We rarely see each other. Cross the Viking. In the cloakroom, Nordic name. His look is across from mine. So, hold on. Oh, she across from... But that means... Since that was written by Robert Moore, Law the only Scotsman in the barracks, and also, like, one thing that I noticed is that they were not lined up as they were, if that makes sense. So let's, not where I'm meant to be. Stupid. I'm meant to be at the Queen's house. And we cannot go there, we need to work manually. That sucks. But yeah, like the Scotsman's uniform wasn't parallel to the other one, so the one on the opposite side is another person. So, you know, like 1 and 16 is the stool, but one had the thing on it with the... One had the come on! There we go. I'm leaving this to our sergeant, yeah. Sergeant. And sergeant, according to the document, matches Sergeant O'Sheen. And spoken with him matches Sergeant O'Shee. Doesn't like gossiping. So the first one is Sergeant O'Shee. It also says a locker across from mine, which must be Law then, right? No, Nordic name, Viking in the cloakroom, rather robust fellow with a Nordic name whose locker is across from mine. Okay, so I haven't spoken much to him as Sergeant O'Shea was a Nordic fellow. That means that technically should be Jones, but isn't Jones? I'm a bit confused, because be it that there is another sergeant, that maybe. Like, if there's another sergeant somewhere else, then that would make sense. But yeah, I haven't seen anybody else. Okay. Need to find the other people. Tower is locked. We cannot go here. So if we can find any other people in the vicinity. Because right now I don't think I can solve the riddle I was given. There's know that one of these rooms, I think it was the side room and not with this one though. Yep, no, this one. We can go into that, I think, I seem to remember. Wasn't it here? I think it was here. No? No. Okay, apparently not. So I guess considering they're likely in the White Tower, let's go and look.
Closed.
Okay, all of them are closed. Cannot go in there anymore. And the other stuff is also closed. Can we go into the other tower? That's the question. Because we know they are connected. Maybe we can go over the scaffolding or something? Let's go up here. Maybe there's somebody lying. Well, I would be lying if I could say that I see something. But hey. Yeah, the towers are connected. If one is closed, we may be able to go from the other. Nope. Come on, don't give me a scaffolding and don't let me not climb it. You know what I mean? I can look at the map, but the problem is I have no clue how to solve this yet. We have too little information. On the scaffold side, we have the chapel, storeroom, Queen's house, Tower Green, the White Tower, Roman wall, the hospital block, which is where they said the warden would be, so I guess let's go back there. So this is the Tower Green, which means it's somewhere here. I'd love to see where I am at. But yeah, it must be up here, right? I cannot go up there, huh? Nope, that's blocked off. Would have thought that I could maybe from the other side. Or maybe it's that one, but that one seemed to be closed. I thought, you know... Oh, maybe... I don't think this will do much, but... Maybe? No. It's no interaction. So... Nap. This is the open room, so this must be the hospital block, right? Come on. Any of the doors I can get into? No. It's also not the side door. I already tested that. This is a bit annoying. Like, a large bit annoying. How am I supposed to solve this? But I guess we can check at the tower if there's any other door that's open, but likely not. So I don't think these can even open. Nope. Just there for looks. We can try to look at the bushes again and try to talk to the other guy again. Nothing. Like that guy's out cold. The only guy we can kind of talk with is the other guy, but
Closed.
yeah. We don't have the thing anymore. I wonder if there's something we can do. Cake mold with string. You mean make a hot air balloon or
I
something?
found it. I will make 2 hot air balloons.
I must burn the rope that Lupin strung between the jewel house and the exterior. Otherwise, he will escape that way. Quickly, time is pressing.
2 hot air balloons, huh? No clue how to go there. Okay, yeah, but that isn't helping me much more. Because I'm still missing stuff and I don't know where to get it. Like none of the other things are accessible.
Certainly a gift for a child.
Roller skates.
Yeah, whatever.
Certainly a gift for a child.
Roller skates.
No, okay. Cannot yet do anything with them, I don't think.
The storeroom is locked. Who possesses a key?
Smith and the cook, but he is out.
Who else? Speak, Warder.
Fatty Johnson, in his locker, a duplicate which he stole.
Which is Johnson's locker? Where is it in the locker room?
Don't know. I never pass it.
Where is your locker and those of the wardens that you know?
My locker, it's the 4th on the left, next to Bell and the new, opposite the fellow who is on duty with me. Willoughby is closest to the entrance. At the back is Dirty Flint. His locker stinks. Nobody wanted to be next to
Okay,
him.
so we get some more information besides the letter we have.
I believe that's it. The sleeping pill has produced its effect. He's in a deep sleep, and I won't be able to get anything else from him.
Clearly. But... So... Fourth on the left next to Bell and the new. Okay, so... Fourth to the left, we just talked with... I hate when that happens. Human. Human. But I don't... okay. Next to Bell and the new. So the new one we know is Moore. So Bell and the new. Oh, she is likely here then. And there's another guy, and then the new is Robert Moore. more. So, likely like this. More, oh, she is on the opposite side. Law is the only Scotsman Kirkpatrick had pained. I hate that you have to scroll down every time. Opposite the fellow who's on duty with me. Willoughby's closer to the entrance. The one that's on duty with him is Willoughby's closer to the entrance. At the back is dirty Flint. So back is dirty Flint. None of those needs to be that. And then hopefully I can figure out the rest when I'm in the room. Let's see, can I like smell something?
This door is solid, the lock is rather ancient, and each locker has a different lock. If I want... This door is solid, the lock is rather...
There's nothing about smell.
This is, without a doubt, a freshly combed moustache hair. This is, without a doubt, a freshly...
Okay, so this is Shake. Shake is number 6, I would say, then. So, Shake number 6. Marshmallow. Still Hickman, Jones, Summerby, O'Shea, Kirkpatrick, Shake, Morton's, Flint. So, hold on. Said something about the guy that's on duty with him, huh? Never pass it, so Johnson's needs to be somewhere in the back. Both on the left, next to Bell, new opposite the fellow who's on duty with me. You man. Willoughby's closer to the entrance. Okay, so Willoughby, Bell, and Flint, and the new one are not. So Willoughby, Bell, Flint, Mortons. The one that is currently on duty with him, the other one or one of the other ones was knocked out technically. But Stiles is on duty right now. How late is it right now? Like, that's the question. It must be night, right? So probably like one of these. Longmore, March, Ludlow. Bell. We don't. We know it's not Bell, so March, Ludlow, Law, or Moore. But we know Law is here. So, March Ludlow, right? Don't know which one is which though. But that would like make sense, cause human Ludlow? Opposite the guy who's on duty with him. And the guy who's on duty with him, no, Law isn't it. So it must be March and Ludlow that are on duty. Cause Bell and Willoughby cannot be it. Except for if he isn't on duty right now. Which we know that shouldn't be on duty, but that's okay. Shake. Which is actually Shake Kirkpatrick, 6 to 9 p.m. So it cannot be Shake. Martins and Flint maybe would be the other one. So it could be Martins, March and Ludlow, but it could also be Martins and Flint is here though. So it must be March and Ludlow. In some kind of order. And then we have the letter from... Oh, our Moor German. Well, okay, that means he is Moor. Never mind then. No. Robert Moore. Human. No, human are the waters. Hold on. So, human are the human waters. That means all the people that work there. So, I just remember that. So, that doesn't mean anything. One check. I'm leaving this as if you wouldn't want to change lockers. You're aware that Summersby and I are not getting along anymore? And he's only 2 lockers over from me. So, shake and... That means Flint is on the other side. No! Flint and Summerby, right? It'd also be next to Bell, whom you said last week you wanted to have a closer eye on. Yes, exactly next to Bell. And then that is who is the warden here though? Or who is the sergeant then? Because we know Oshi is exactly opposite to Moore. Which is the new guy. Merchant Ludlow. The other one, Ludlow's gentle slam. Always be members by the others, ending up the wishes. Share my room with a woman by the name Jones, an old fellow. I wonder how he passes all the tests, but his hours are completely different. Really see each other. I also come across the Viking, rather robust fellow with a Nordic name whose lockers across from mine, which is a she. Okay. Hold on, law. Huh. Chief Warden doesn't have a thing here, right? Never pass it. So Johnson is in the back somewhere. Could be here. And we know that could also be here or here though. Either way, he never passes this. Which one is the... Okay, hold on. This is chic and not styled, so... Fake mustache named chic. So, since he has the fake mustache, that must be chic. So Shake with the fake mustache, we know is that one, but then Warden Shake is the one that also wants to move. I have no clue. Could also be these two, could be switched. Don't switch them, okay. Okay. Yeah, we know that. Okay, that isn't really helpful. There's nothing else, I guess, that like gives us any clue besides the mustache with the shake. I'm pretty confident about some of the first ones. It's really just these that I don't have any clue about. And there's no like other information about anything. So I would love to have the... Yeah, that's not really helpful. There's no information, no further information about the puzzle. That is great. I'm gonna look this up. I'm pretty... like, I'm not too sure if these two cannot be switched, and I'm not too sure who this guy, like, if this guy is the sergeant, and who these three are. But with these, I'm pretty confident. This one, this one, this one, this one, this, and this, and this. Like all of these, I'm pretty confident. So let's see if I'm right. Okay, since people have been posting things on Steam. Okay, it's pretty much the last one. There we go. Okay, so So my first thing that he must be or she is then... Hold on, more is... He mentioned... Okay. I'm... Same as all the other Scotsman. But here he is. Robert Moore says... I've also come across the Viking whose locker is across from mine, O'Shea. Which... If O'Shea is here, that means that Moore must have been here, but he's not. He's here. And for some reason, like, that's what I was confused by earlier. Moore Thomas is here. Which means that, March doesn't fit there anymore. March and Ludlow, they are together, which means this one is Hickman and Styles in some way. Other way around. So yeah, that was what I was saying earlier with O'Shea, that one was complete bullshit. Cause it said he was the opposite of Moore. So since we knew Moore was here, O'Shea should have been here. Why is he over here then? Like, you know, I mean, we knew he was a sergeant, but I thought there may be another one. Cause like, we have the letter that like said here, like, a Viking in the cloakroom, rather robust fellow with Nordic name, whose locker's across from mine. I hadn't spoken with him much as Sergeant O'Shea doesn't... Oh, I thought he was the sergeant. Okay, never mind. So Nordic fellow is the other guy. I thought... Okay. Never mind, that was my fault. I really thought, like, that, that the thing was, like... So we want Johnson's locker, right? Yeah, Johnson. I really thought that it was, like, something else with...
This door is solid, the lock is rather ancient, and each locker has a different lock. If I want to open one in particular, the chance of finding a key within a reasonable...
Ah, hold on. I thought the gunpowder was for something else. I thought this was, this bomb was for something else.
Enough gunpowder to...
But hey. I guess no. Makes sense with the blow up then. But yeah, that riddle, I fluked that a bit, but there was no information about the other guys, so you had to riddle that anyways.
To the store. This haggis is fresh and supple. Perhaps it is meant for the cook in order to prepare a special dish.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I mean the thing with O'Shea was, you know, I knew he was on the other side, like, but I thought, yeah, that's why I was stumbling. Like, I thought O'Shea was the guy that he didn't get to talk with, but which, you know, Nordic doesn't really make too much sense.
Smith
okay.
Looks to be unconscious. Is there? The lock of the grill has been changed, and I can no longer open it. Water.
Can I lie?
That's it. Hickman fell asleep quite gradually, probably under the effect of a strong narcotic. The prints on the ground in front of the storeroom made me think that Smith was knocked out and not drugged. Thus, only a bit of cold water was necessary to awaken him.
Okay, yeah.
Smith, wake up. Do you hear me, Smith? It's Holmes.
Okay, we got it though. But yeah, there was some information about the others missing, which was a bit frustrating anyway,
What's
so...
going on? What am I doing here? Mr. Holmes? Where is the doctor?
Listen, Smith, pull yourselves together and come here. Can you open this grill?
My keychain has disappeared. No, I can't open it. After you came through the other day, the cook insisted on changing the lock. It now needs a key.
Fine. In that case, I'll need your help. We'll need to find a way to get you out of there. Foremost, you must precisely recount the events of the night. And who is the doctor you speak of?
Well, early in the afternoon, the few men who were still present in the rampart were taken sick, with awful stomach aches. Must have been something in yesterday's meal. I don't digest tomatoes well, so I
Arsene.
didn't eat. and I felt fine. Our usual doctor was absent, so I had to call a doctor in the area, Dr. Cernin. He hasn't been around for long, but I've heard good things about him. In examining the first man, he appeared alarmed and insisted on treating them with injections. We checked on all of the guards and he treated them all. The last to be treated was Hickman. The doctor was vexed as he didn't have enough medication to administer a full dose, but he assured me it would be enough. Afterwards, he asked if we had seen all of the men in the garrison, which was affirmative. He asked me to accompany him to the postern, and I had hardly turned when I felt a sharp pain at the base of my head.
It was the sleeping drug that...
I don't
So he
remember
put something in the
anything
food,
else.
probably the haggis or something. His calling card, huh? Just a guess?
I am beginning to see. What medication did he administer?
Yeah,
I
okay.
really don't know. An empty vial fell into a puddle, and I picked it up.
The label is damaged and the water would have washed out any remaining substance. Impossible to tell what it held.
But what are you doing here? Can you explain what's going on?
I assume that the guards who are watching the crown jewels were also attended to.
Yes, and the only key leading to that room is on my chain.
I must help you out of here. Is there another key to this grill?
The cook has one, but he's out. However, I think I had a spare key to the guard room made, and it wasn't on my chain. You might just find something there that will get me out of here, or capture the person responsible for all of this.
The guard room, huh? Well, let's go to the guard room then. Also, I wanna save, because I don't want things to crash again, and we already made a good bit of progress. So yeah, so this guy is not... I love when that happens.
The lock of the grill has been changed, and I can no longer open it.
Well, good thing I saved just now, right before this, because the door is broken. I love this game, it's so broken. To be fair, it's decently old, but like, you know. The first class was my fault, this one wasn't. This one was purely like, let's hope it works. Ah, see, it's open now. Okay, so let's go to the guards room, which we already know is on the opposite side of the White Tower in the hall. The thing is, we like only have half of one hot air balloon and we need to make two, which is already problematic. So let's see if we can manage that. My blanket is slipping. Just fix that for a second. There, that's a bit better. Slipping for a while now, but not fully, so I was waiting, but yeah. Either way, the guard room is the weapons room, I assume. I think. Oops, wrong. No. Right side. One back there. First thought this was the gate, but no, this is the other side. Would think that I knew. Yeah, there's
I
like
must
three
burn the rope
things.
that Lupin strung between the jewel house and the exterior. Otherwise, he will escape that way. Quickly, time is pressing.
Yeah, I know, but I need more materials. There we go. Nobody here.
This collection of weapons is impressive.
Yeah, and you would think that maybe you could
This
like
dish is empty, but might work.
use one of those sharp things to cut the rope, but hey.
This liquid has a strong smell. Certainly a petrol drink.
Okay, so we can use the petrol as flame
Perhaps I'll
inducer.
be able to find something useful in this case, but it is locked.
That's okay.
This helmet stand is quite singular. Magnificent articulation.
Yeah, whatever. Nothing here.
This served to store the exact quantity of powder necessary to load the cannon.
This cannon?
A small navy cannon in perfect condition. It is just missing the wheels. Small dry pieces of wood.
Perfect.
This collection of weapons is impressive.
So, let's see what we can. So we have the flask, we have the dish, which I guess is the other one we need to... No. Maybe we can wrap this? Yes, okay, that's a bit gruesome. Okay, this one with this one and this one with this one. I see, I see. Okay. No? Okay, can I now use these? Like, can I light it and use these for burning the rope? Because, like, you know,
I must burn the rope that loop. This rope is very high. Without the keychain, This rope is very high. Without the keychain, I cannot get up to the ramparts, and scaling the wall in this rain will prove too hazardous. I will have to wing something towards the... I must burn the rope that Lupin strung between the jewel house and the exterior. Otherwise, he will escape that way. Quickly,
like he can
time
go
is
up
pressing.
there. It's not like he can go up there, right? Like, what the heck? You can totally go up there. Do I have to, like, put the things in the cannon or something to, like, shoot the box to open it or some stuff?
The interior diameter of this cannon is a small navy cannon in perfect condition.
Yeah, whatever. No. Don't really have anything else we can use. None of the weapons, it seems. Would make sense to use the gunpowder for the cannon, but no.
This part is dedicated to medieval.
Nothing useful? Can we not use this to break the lock?
Perhaps I'd be able to find some.
Like, you know, I don't know.
Perhaps I'd be able to find something useful.
Oh, that's new.
Look, this warder must have lost this key in falling. What could it be for?
I wonder, we have a locked thing. I wonder what the key could be for.
This may prove to be useful. This may prove to be useful.
Ah, I forgot you have to go backwards. Okay, so we got that.
If I am to believe the tag on his uniform, this warder is called Summerby. Apparently he was also taken care of by the doctor, Dr. Lupin.
We can hear
It's the
someone.
door of the Queen's jewel house, and it is quite solid. Was that the sound of a saw from behind the door? Lupin could be finished in his work any moment. I must make haste.
have no clue. Yeah, so, we did that. Need to find the key. That's bullshit. No? Rope, there we go. But I don't have another, like, I know I need to connect them, but like, I don't have another rope and I haven't seen a single other rope here. Like, that's my issue. I thought it would be another rope, cause like, we have the picture basically of this, but we don't have any other rope. Helmet stand, haggis, lampshade, lodgings, dish from the weapons room, string from the cook's, cake molding, weapons room, oil from the weapons room, scarf from Smith. Scarf from Smith, huh? So we have to walk all the way back, huh? That's a bit annoying. But okay. But yeah, the last string is not a string. That's like the whole takeoff from this. I saw that in the background.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, but...
Get me out of here, Holmes.
The lock of the grill has been The lock of the grill has been changed. The lock of the grill has been changed.
You would think a fire would work, right?
Take this file, it's all that I can find.
Okay, there we go.
Is there any way to enter the jewel house without a key?
No, not without a cannon at least.
In that case, I'll have to find one.
You are kidding, I'm sure.
I would not trifle with such a serious matter as this.
The munitions are found in the armory at the top of the staircase heading to the White Tower.
Why are you
the
filing
central
at
tower.
the bars and not at the
Apart from
lock?
the one on my keychain, the other key is found in one of the service buildings, and it will be far too complicated to tell you how to locate it.
Pray,
This would
release
take
yourself as quickly as
way
possible.
too
Then find the key
long.
and open the door of the armory for me. I will join you there. Is that your scarf over there? Can you please pass it to me?
There we go,
My daughter
okay.
just finished knitting it.
She should start knitting another, because before entering the jewel house, I must block Lupin's retreat.
This is pissing me off slightly. Cause like... You know... Be smart about this. File at the
The
fucking
lock of the
lock.
grill has been changed, and
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we can pass through it without it being open. Like, use the file to file the, like, one thing that's holding you inside. I don't know if that's just me, though, but it kind of triggers me just a tiny bit. Like, you know, just filing through, like, 10
I will
different...
ignite my balloons as soon as I release them. Watch out, they're off.
You know, like just file through 10 bars instead of one lock. Good aiming. That is something.
The rope must have been somewhat damaged to no longer be able to support a heavy load. Let's see if Smith has been able to get out and find the
Considering
keys to the
they're
arsenal.
still there, I would say, depending on the rope. I mean, there's some rope that just doesn't burn, you know? But yeah, in this case, I mean, at least there will be fire in his way, you know? So yeah, Smith will have freed himself. Okay, then let's go back to Smith. Also, I think they completely blocked the fast travel. Yep, they did. I wanna save real quick. Just in case, because we made some good progress. Okay, let's go back to Smith. We got the rope. Now the cannon, we already know where that is. We just need to be able to load it with stuff. And find some wheels or something. If we know there is some car wheels over there and things like that, considering we should go to Smith first, according to him. Let's do that. And then I guess we're gonna bust the door open while Lupin is here. Whoop. But yeah, there's his head. What?
The lock of the grill has been changed, and I can no longer open it.
He is where? So, Smith made it out, but where is he? Is he in front of the cannon room and I just passed him or something? I'm not gonna curse, come on. But yeah, there's wheels, can we take them? I don't think we can. Whatever. I think we should have just gone through the door in the weapons room and he's likely right there. But hey, it's fine. And yeah, I guess the crown jewels are behind the guardhouse in the tower. Or on the other side of the tower. And he already scouted this place for his first trip, so he really kinda knows. But yeah, I guess his plan was to... This is broken. Very much so. So they're connected there with the door. So there are the jewels. His plan was to escape through the rope over the wall. So let's see, he's probably behind this door, right? No?
It's the door of the Queen's Jewel House.
He said he needed to talk with
The
Smith.
interior diameter of this cannon is approximately 2.5 inches.
Where is he? Like... Okay, well... Yeah, whatever. Oh. At the arsenal. Oh. Well, that's a thing I would have never thought of. But it made sense. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have thought of that. I'm kind of glad there's hints, but it's kind of also sad that they need hints in this kind of regard. There he is. You know what I mean? Like, this game has a lot of riddles that, like, or things that are really hard to figure out by yourself without the hints.
I've been working as quickly as I could, but my old arms have been shaking like leaves with the effort.
While I'm taking care of the robber, you'll need to get to the base of Big Ben in order to find one of the officers thereabouts, because I don't think you'll find another in the whole of London.
But what are they doing there?
Well, don't worry about that. They're waiting for Lupin.
Enough already. Enough.
Prime Minister,
Where is he then, this Lupin? Does he think I have nothing better to do?
No, he has
Just
something
done
better
my
to do.
round. You wouldn't believe, but there's a mob of journalists down there.
Well, that takes the biscuit.
It's not surprising. Half the force has been kicking their heels in front of Big Ben for the past 8 hours. It couldn't go unnoticed forever.
journalists, a mob, yes, but of course.
What now, Doctor?
Inspector, check the identities of the journalists. Lupin has previously disguised as a journalist, and I am sure it was he who alerted them in order to create a diversion and slip in.
Well played, Doctor. I'm on it. At last, some action.
Lupin has previously disguised himself as a journalist, did you say? When was this then, Doctor?
Well, I...
The time I let him inside, in the museum to steal,
A small barrel of powder.
These cannonballs have a diameter of 3.5
Nine.
inches. These cannonballs have a diameter. These cannonballs are very heavy. I can only take one at a time.
No, that's not what I
These
meant.
cannonballs have a diameter.
Was it
These
3?
cannonballs are very heavy. These
I think it
cannonballs
was...
have a diameter. These cannonballs have a diameter.
I
of
think it
2.5.
was
These
2.5,
cannonballs are very.
right? Or was it 3 1/4?
This thick cover could support a very heavy.
Yeah, whatever.
Curious. One of these glasses, which resembles. This may prove to be useful.
Okay, so they're mixing. I mean, makes sense that they're mixing gunpowder and things like that here. So I think I got everything we need. Let's get back. I think there's gonna be another riddle where we need to measure out the exact amount of gunpowder or something. But yeah, let's see. At least this way is a bit shorter, but yeah. You know, I hate when games, like, still have the fast travel, like, on their map, but you cannot use it for the final thing. Like, at least take it off the map.
The interior diameter of this cannon is approximately 2.5 inches.
Bam!
The interior diameter of this cannon. This cannon is heavy, but I will be able to push. This cannon is heavy, but I will be. This cannon is heavy, but I. This cannon is heavy, but I will be.
Yeah, whatever. I thought we... Nah, whatever. Oh my goodness, the roller skates from the dormitory? Really? I didn't think about them anymore. But yeah, they showed hands before. Like, you could pick them up. I thought, you know, roller skates, that's so stupid. I thought maybe he uses one of those, like, large wheeled crates or something, since the wheels are also large enough and the handles are good enough grip to, like, completely pull it up the stairs, maybe? But no.
Certainly a gift for a child.
Roller skates.
Certainly a gift for a child.
Yeah, whatever. Are you gonna...
Certainly a gift for a
Yeah.
child.
Roller skates.
Whatever. You can tell that they've been
This may
recording
prove to be
this
useful.
separately. Anyway. There we go. But yeah, why roller skate roads instead of... yeah. Whatever. Like, sometimes the game's logic isn't logicking in my eyes. I don't know if that's just me though, but hey. It's okay.
The interior diameter
No.
of this cannon is
Yeah,
approximately
whatever.
2.5.
There we go.
Now I can push it to the door of the jewel house.
No, you cannot!
The stairs are preventing me from getting past. How can I mount them with my artillery?
Duh.
The stairs are preventing me from...
Yeah, how?
The stairs are preventing me from getting... I need something.
Screwdriver, yes.
I need something.
Can we unscrew something?
There, the door is dismantled. Now. There, the door is dismantled. Now.
Yeah, whatever. Bit
Elementary.
clunky. Again, he could have managed maybe with the cart or something. That's never gonna work, cause
There,
I know from
now I am in
experience,
fine position,
first of
and
all,
there's
the
nothing more to
rollers
do but
are
let
way
this
too small,
count.
second of all, like, the door isn't flat, and it's gonna absolutely, like, slid down the stairs, I swear.
I must decant the proper amount of powder into this receptacle and pour it into the cannon.
So what is the appropriate amount of powder? Like,
I must have made a mistake.
I
yeah,
must
what
decant
is
the proper
the...
amount of powder.
Find a
must decant the proper
document for
amount of
cannon charges. Where? Okay,
I must
that I
decant the
haven't
proper
found.
amount of powder.
Yeah, whatever.
I must have made a mistake.
No, I
Come to
haven't
think-
made a mistake. I have not found the thing I'm searching for yet. Shut up, that's not a mistake.
This collection of weapons is
Okay.
impressive.
I think that must be in the weapons room, in the arsenal then, right? Like, if anything, the arsenal should have a document that I just must have missed somehow. Which is okay, happens. Just takes ages to walk back, as we know. At least Holmes is getting some like muscle workout. Yeah, we would think it's on the table here where the guy has been working on things, but no. Maybe... no. That's the inventory book, I guess. It's not here. We already have the right cannonball. Maybe it's not here. Well, where is it? It's on the desk in the dormitory. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I could have figured that. To be fair, I'm honestly right now way too lazy to like check before I read the riddles. Like, you know, I was thinking about, hey, maybe I should go to the dormitory, but then I also was like, but if I... There's no way through the bars, just climb over under them. Ah. But I was like, you know, I can as well check the hint before I walk. That's like a bit of the tediousness of some games. Like, if you have to walk too much, I feel like it gets annoying. Caliber 2.5, 478 cubic centimeter. So let's go.
I must decant the proper amount of powder into this receptacle and pour it into the cannon.
Elementary.
Way too easy. Also, invisible cannon! Isn't that fun?
Now I am in firing position, and there's nothing more to do but load this cannon. I need something. There. Now I am in firing position. I need something. There. Now I am in fire. I need something. Elementary.
It's the cartridges, but that doesn't make too much sense. Like, usually you need a plug or something that like, goes in there. But hey. Like, to hold the powder in and give it, like, a small space to combust. But hey. Boom! Well, he already got them, I would say. And he's just attacking them. Hello there, Lupin. That looks like the chapel's, like, confessionary room. You know, like the room he's looking from. That looks like, yeah, that's confessionary.
If I were you, Lupin, I wouldn't take that path. As you can surmise by the plumes of smoke emanating from the rope originating from this window, it, let's say, suffered by my hand, and there's no chance that it'll support your weight nor the items that I imagine you to
I mean,
be
he could have just slightly nicked, like, the other side of the rope on the wall. But
and I'm sure you'll agree, a fair amount of genius, such that I was saddened that none would see it as I brought it to fruition.
nah, you sent me the birdcage.
There you were from the first. A bit too close for comfort, wasn't it? And if you are here, it's because you must have searched, and most certainly found all of the parts of the puzzle, down to the smallest detail.
Yeah,
And
we
I
found the
can't but
birdcage.
congratulate you on your performance. I am a gentleman, Mr. Holmes, and even if I didn't always show good sportsmanship during this adventure, my sense of honor obliges me to acknowledge your victory tonight. As someone who never knew defeat before meeting you, I would like to express my admiration and how honored I am that you not only played this game with me, but won also.
You should, Monsieur Lupin, understand that I share your admiration and know that if you're giving me the honor of the victory tonight, it was yours the last 4 times.
Your intelligence has no equal apart from your sense of
think the
chivalry, Mr. Holmes.
Door is a bit
You
broken.
know as well as I do, those were but a few minor obstructions, and whoever wins the final battle takes the war.
Despite everything, our camp suffered some losses, the gravity of which could have been fatal if they had been made public. No one, myself included, would have come out of a Pyrrhic victory unscathed.
I betrayed myself by doing anything that could have harmed your reputation. I am duty-bound to you, Mr. Holmes, and I will accept your conditions, even if they dishonor me, as long as they don't dishonor my country.
You managed, thanks to your remarkable intelligence, to deny me any margin of maneuverability to decide in advance should we find ourselves in the situation in which we are. It was a chess match, and there is nothing remaining on the table but the 2 kings. This is a classic stalemate, wouldn't you agree?
You will find at this address a master's painting, a great rock, and a few birds. As for what Her Majesty wished for me, I had no choice but to give it to her at that very instant. Once again, I am at a loss for words to express the pleasure that I took from this adventure with you. Even if it costs me, I promise, on my honor, that I will never publicize the account of what took place.
We shall not meet again, my friend, but know that during the past few days, your presence in our soil did as much honor to your country as ours. Safe journey, Monsieur Lupin.
What? You'll let him leave like that?
What choice
Yeah.
did I have, Watson? Look at the whole picture. Lupin's real intent was to steal the crown jewels. The goal of all the other thefts was to provide a sort of insurance in the case of failure, and, above all, to ensure the services of a plethora of accomplices. Us.
Us? Accomplices? I admit that I was fooled once, but I didn't steal anything.
From the moment we read Lupin's first letter, we became his accomplices. In fact, by having us play his game, Lupin was conditioning us. After the first theft, he left clues leading us to the
You
second,
let
from
him
the
in,
second to
so
the
you
third.
helped him at least once.
So well that as the second to last theft,
You
we were
know.
convinced that Lupin's final target would be Big Ben. Lupin knew that the authorities, headed by the Prime Minister himself, would align themselves with the only person who could sort out Lupin's schemes as they happened. Myself. Therefore, in controlling me, he was controlling all of London's police force, and he nearly succeeded.
Then why not simply steal the jewels to begin with? Why this whole masquerade?
I've just explained it, Watson. In order to steal the crown jewels, Lupin had to accomplish certain preliminaries. In the first place, he had to be assured that the garrison would be only minimally guarded on the night of the theft. Therefore, he started using a disguise, of course, by getting rid of the garrison's usual doctor, by giving him a free trip to the continent. He also befriended the cook under another identity, while the cook was out on the town. Thus, he was able to suggest a specific recipe for a specific date, the eve of the jewel theft. Then he went to nab the ravens. The effects of this theft permitted him to first create an inauspicious event that forced a reduction in the size of the garrison so that the news wouldn't spread. Second, to have access to the storeroom in order to poison the tomatoes that were going to be used in the recipe that he gave to the cook. Third, to pose as
Yeah, we saw
that
the
doctor
tomato
who would be
juice,
called in
like,
case of
on the
emergency. Fourth,
shelf.
given that a theft had already taken place at the Tower of London, we would have had to have bats in the belfry to think that there would be another. Lupin also needed to get the police out of the area.
And
which
of course
happened,
the
as I already
scouting.
explained.
You know, you need to
I
see the
understand,
area
but
first.
What of the other thefts?
A part of the process of conditioning, they caused us to put little weight on the theft in the Tower of London. If that had been the only prelude, we would have taken more time to ponder the clues and find Lupin's true intentions. Yet this time he didn't leave it up to us. And so, like I told you, these thefts were his insurance. Lupin had beaten us 4 times on the battlefield of English honor, such as he had suggested to us in his letter. Our pride in not bringing our defeats public was our sin, and it made us prisoners of his game. If he had proven beaten, he could have profited from the restitution of the objects, the price of his silence regarding our failures, and the true value of our police. A discreet release was a small price to pay with regards to an affront of international scope. Do not forget that the Queen herself is implicated.
Indeed. It is, moreover, a matter of conscience for me. When I write this adventure, I do not think I...
But there's no question, Watson. You cannot write about it. You promised before God that you wouldn't.
But Holmes...
Your word is your bond. In any case, you wouldn't want to relate the ignoble theft that you committed, that of my Order of the Legion of Honor.
Holmes, you know that.
It's in the past, Watson. It's in the past. Incidentally, a young woman came by to return it a few moments ago. She wanted to deliver it to you directly. She seemed to know you well. A young woman who can be found at the Golden Lion, am I right? She doesn't seem like your usual client, unless, of course, you were the client in this case. What do you say, Watson?
Of course he knew. I mean, it was clear that he would find out. Bit disappointing, the ending. It's not like It's not like he sent the recorder to the Big Ben to have Lupin caught. So, you know, it would have been lovely to have the game end, like maybe with a cutscene, like not like the cutscene like that one, you know. At the end was kind of boring. Like a cutscene of them chasing Lupin and him getting away, because, like, he sent the chief warder out to fetch the people there, and, you know, at this point, like, they would have certainly gone after him. But this game, like, it ended without a bang, so to speak. I mean, besides the door, but, like, you know, there wasn't really, like, a surprise. We didn't see how the other things were returned. There was, like, no finishing part of the story in that kind of regard. We didn't talk to the Queen again. So, like, whatever he stole from the Queen, we don't know, or things like that, you know, like, it's only implicated, things like that. But, yeah, you'd think that the people would have then talked to Holmes again, be like, yeah, Lupin escaped us, and you cannot talk about this to nobody, for the sake of the honor of the Queen and things like that, you know. Very disappointing ending, like very, very disappointing ending. So I actually think, sadly, that the ratings the game has are a bit overrated. Some of the riddles were a lot of fun, like the one with the gunpowder, the one with the dog recipe. in the beginning, some of the painting ones and things like that, like there were some really fun riddles, but then there was also some that were like very stupidly made, like including the coin riddle, which that one, as I mentioned before, I looked into, and you really can only solve that if you know English history well. And if you like, you know, or if you Google like very in depth, but it's a lot of thinking. So like the one thing they did a lot of is like for certain riddles, or like some missing information for certain riddles, like for the lockers you kind of had to guess. I mean, most of the information we kind of had, to be fair, like that one slip up of the names with the sergeant and things like that, and that was like kind of half my fault, since I said before I thought he was the sergeant, but I could have been like that there was another one, but I didn't know if there was or not, you know. But yeah, like others, like the coins, you know, it's telltale sign that they gave us the direct solution in the hints. And then there was just some objects that were super hidden and weren't mentioned really at all, like that we need them for the riddles. Like, they could have put that in the monologues a bit. Also, like, we had the hints and all the, like text things, but I feel like there was still, like, some things missing that they kind of mentioned sometimes, but, like, they weren't in, like, any of the hints or things like that. That makes sense. But yeah, it felt, like, at some points very frustrating, because it wasn't, like, feeling very natural in, like, its, like, fluentness and the path you have to take. Like, certain things were quite obvious, you know, or like were given quite decently obvious, but other things you had to kind of go to for the hint. And like like seeing how the hints were made up, I really think that was their intention anyways, because they knew that you needed those hints and couldn't finish the game else. But yeah, like the hardest riddles, there is people on Steam that literally wrote down the solutions to those, and there is some very heated discussions about this game. Because like overall the premise is really cool. I really like the cases, except for the stupid doll chase at the Buckingham Palace, but you know, it's okay, whatever. Like that dog chase didn't have to happen, really. Because like that was a bit more luck than Lupin deserved, because like he needed to be in luck to suggest the other lady to like give the queen the clock where he could hide. So I don't know, like that's decently stupid, like decently stupid. But yeah, you know, like that one was a bit out of place, but like the one with the ravens was quite interesting. Because like all of those were like symbols of London's and England's pride, and you know, you would have thought that by this point like the media would have been like a bit sus about things that happen, but yeah, it was completely missing. Like all the outside stuff all around this case was missing, so it felt like you were in your little bubble against Lupin, nothing else happens. Again, like, premise super fun, the cases besides the Buckingham Palace super fun and interesting, like in the like story base. Else, like, I would have probably gotten bored of this game and not excited to finish it, but like, come on, give us a bit more of the story, like behind, around it, something else, and like, you know, make it a bit more fluent. Like they could have naturally let some more of the hints be flown into certain conversations and things like that. And like, you know, some of the other riddles could have been made more intuitively, or like, you know, with hints that we can find all around. For example, for the coin riddle, they could have given us like a book about the history of like monarchs in Great Britain or something like that, but they didn't at all. So yeah, overall, yeah, I would say if you want to try it for yourself, just for the riddles and for like the base story, definitely do. But like if you're looking for like a very involved story that's like very intense, don't bother. To think that this one came out after The Awakened. I mean, to be fair, not the remake, but the original, but still like, you know. With all the drama we had. Pretty sad. Decently sad. Though I don't know how the original Awakened actually was, if it was as involved as the remake, but yeah, the remake was great. But yeah, a bit more disappointing than I wanted to. Now, there are, of course, more games for this series, for the Sherlock Holmes series. Like, we have Testament of Sherlock Holmes, we have The Devil's Daughter, and what's one after this that I forgot? But yeah, we have like at least 3, I think, still to play, which I'm gonna like, you know, like sprinkle in between other things. I'm gonna see what we're gonna play from tomorrow, and then like after whatever we play next, I wanna go into Zelda again. So Majora's Mask, which I'm really excited about. It's actually one of my most played Zelda games too, besides Phantom Hourglass. Like that one I played so many times. But yeah, really excited for Majora's Mask, but first I need to see, I'm gonna see what the game votes say, if there's like a clear-cut game that like, you know, you guys voted for, and that's like the main thing. But for now, let's actually see who's streaming. I didn't expect to be able to finish this game beforehand, so that's also a bit disappointing. Like usually the previous cases took way longer than the last case, and it wasn't just about the solutions and things like that, like that I looked up. It was literally some of the other stuff. So let's see. Then we rated a decent while back. So we have, I think this would be perfect. We have the Tiger, who's currently playing the or finishing or trying to finish the last Spectre. Which I think as a Professor Layton riddle game, you know, yeah, you have missed the end of the game. It was very much so disappointing, so don't be sad about missing it. Like, I'm gonna release the VOD right after. You can probably skim it through. Basically, to spoil it, we found Lupin in the tower. And then, like, we let him go for England's honor, and there was nothing else besides a short talk to Watson, and that was that. But yeah, for those of you who don't know the Tiger, they're also on a Professor Layton quest to finish all the games before the new game arrives at the end of the year, beginning next year. You know, we shall see when. But yeah, like, they're currently still playing The Last Spectre, so they're still missing the Miracle Mask and the Azure and Legacy, which, you know, both of them we finished already, but yeah, so they're a bit behind on their journey, but that's good because that means you guys won't be spoiled, and it's a very cozy and like relaxing stream. So and of course we have riddles, so feel free to you know, chill on their stream and just like relax a bit there, and yeah, hopefully they can make some good progress on The Last Spectre. Seem to be decently far in. And then, as I mentioned, I'm gonna see which game I'm gonna play tomorrow. And yeah, you guys are gonna find out by the title. Maybe since it's kind of the end of the week, maybe I'm actually gonna play a bit of Minecraft or something. We still have our Roguelike Adventures 2 world where I'm, you know, still playing. Maybe something like that, and then we maybe start a game next week. Either way, I hope you all will have a lovely day and a lovely evening. Hope to see you all back tomorrow. Enjoy the raid. Bye bye.